So I just mentioned hunting lease liability insurance. So it's probably a good time to tell you exactly what that is and why you need it. And this is whether you're a landowner or a hunter. So as a landowner, the number one thing you're concerned about is somebody getting hurt on your property and suing you. Even though hunting is among the most safest, not sports, recreational activities. Okay, we'll start over. So I just mentioned hunting lease liability insurance. So now it's probably a good time for me to explain to you exactly what it is and why it's important for you to need it. Nope, you don't. It's not important for you to need it. Well, I just mentioned hunting lease liability insurance, so now seems like a really good time to tell you exactly what it is and why you need it. Hold on. I had something in my head and was like, it's not funny. Just don't say it.
You keep going.
All right. This should, you'd think this would be the easy one. Well, I just mentioned hunting lease liability insurance, so now seems like a pretty good idea for me to tell you, well, pretty good time. Last take. Okay, so I just mentioned in a previous video hunting lease liability insurance, so now is obviously a pretty good time for me to explain to you what it is and why you need it. So hunting lease liability coverage actually protects both the landowner and the hunters. And if you're a hunter, you have to understand that landowners' main concern with allowing hunters, and especially charging a fee for hunters to come onto their property, is the safety of the hunters. They're afraid, rightfully so, that somebody's going to become injured on their property and then possibly sue them, okay? Likewise, if you're a landowner, you now have hunters on your property, they could actually damage your property. They could, we've had things like irrigation systems damaged accidentally. So what hunting lease liability insurance does is it protects both parties, the landowners and the hunters, from liability that might arise out of this concept or this arrangement that they have where one group is accessing another's property. It's extremely affordable, and the coverage limits are up from, they go from $1 million to $2 million. At the American Hunting Lease Association, we have devised or innovated programs where you can now buy a policy that starts at the first of every single month. Other companies are still operating on an antiquated system where they only have one option, and that's August 1 to August 1. Well, if your lease starts in April or May or November, those dates don't sync up, and so there's wasted value at the beginning of this policy. So at the American Hunting Lease Association, again, we have policies start every month. You can add up to 7 landowners to a policy. We will email you your certificates of insurance immediately after you purchase, online or over the phone, because we know how valuable and how important it is once you get in front of the right landowner and you come up with an agreement and they say, sure, as soon as you get this insurance in place, we'll let you on our property to hunt. Other companies are still saying it's going to be 4, 6, 7 weeks before they get your certificate. And that's the proof you need. So this is the thing that we are committed to mostly, which is protecting landowners and hunters so that they can enter a hunting lease agreement. That's what hunting lease liability coverage does. It's extremely important. And in most cases, the hunters pay for the insurance policy. It's simply added onto the lease. Again, it's very affordable.